Liftoff looks good. All systems Orbital insertion completed. Good to go for now.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Já foi um. Falta só isso aqui. Tem a opção de comparar não, né? Tá, é que sim. Oitenta e cinco vai para 61. Acho que eu vou pegar.
These spacers are terrible.
Corporal Mahoney's radioed you were coming, but I didn't know if we could hold out. Not all of us made it. But you're a regular hero.
Spacers dropped in some of their goons not too long ago. I managed to get most of us to the shelter. Anytime they approached the shelter, we managed to repulse them, but time wasn't in our favor. Then you showed up, thank God.
Torres did that. He's so damn green. But all right.
Mahoney said for us to go to ground. There's a cave nearby we're going to hole up in until this is all over. Don't worry, I'll keep the civvies safe from here.
Beleza. Tem. Na geladeira.
Too damn many of them. You saved us.
O bicho tá com fome. Pede pra... Vou usar uma faca. Já não.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
Hey.
Ou e os outros ficaram lá, né, na cidade de Star. Ah, apertei sem querer.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
You've got something for me? Yes? Maybe another time.
We have liftoff. Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
Peraí, viu, gente? Dá um minuto. Peraí, eu tô com algum problema. que frio.
Mahoney said the research camp is all clear. I don't know where we'd be without you.
Most likely decomposing in some unmarked grave. Good on you both for making that mission of mercy a priority. Our job is to protect the civvies and never leave a soldier behind. Straight to business. Good. The Spacers haven't attacked yet, but they've been shuttling men down beyond the ridge. We cannot let them keep reinforcing, otherwise they'll overwhelm us. So we need to take out their ships. Ain't that the truth? But I'll take any one of the heroes here over a dozen of them.
I concur with the captain. We can't hold out if we don't cut off their manpower.
The Spacers have 2 fighter groups. If you take those out, the enemies will be stranded. So, launch that fancy ship of yours and get to work.
Armadura de frio, não? Ah, pelo amor de Deus.
Please disregard. I attempted an info.
Se eu dormir um pouco aqui. Não resolve.
What can I help you with?
Let's put this one into space. We're locking into orbit now.
Aí sim. Qual tá aí primeiro?
Open fire! Fire! You're no match for us.
Check it out on ground jump. Enemy's jump drive is offline. Shielding system is down.
Ai, droga. Minha nave nem aguentou. porradinha. Minha nave não vai aguentar, mano. Não aguenta não, esses caras não tá com nave muito forte. Tem que fazer outra missão enquanto eu não melhorar aqui a minha nave. Falta inexplorada. Então ainda não dá.
Fire everything you got!
Jump. We're still in one piece.
Hold on. Ilha do urânio de recursos inorgânicos inclui irídio, tal.
You sure as hell don't look like any spacer I've seen before. If you're with List, then I'm the keeper of the enlightened. It actually worked. I was wondering if I was just yelling into the void. That message was mine, all right. So let me get this straight. You heard a distress call and you flew all the way down here. What are you, some sort of priest or good Samaritan? I didn't know people like you were real, but I got a heap load of problems. And I'm willing to pay my share for the help. Sensible. Used to be 4 families that List helped set up stakes in this system. We rarely saw eye to eye in the best of times, and believe me, True, these ain't the best of times. Spacers started raiding, and it's been getting worse. Only a matter of time before they end us all. Unless you're willing to help some hard-working, pig-headed settlers out. The League of Independent Settlers. Good-meaning fools happy to set colonists up in independent space. The promise is freedom. True freedom. If you can fend off all the spacers and pirates the settled systems can throw at you.
São as 4 famílias.
The Winds and the Bandas are farmers like me. Jacqueline the mayor and her daughter have some mining operation with dreams of hitting it big. I've tried in the past to get us to work together, but You don't join list unless you have a healthy dollop of obstinacy. Really? I had no idea. The spacers have taken out the family's list satellites, so we can't even talk to each other. Isolate and eliminate, a classic tale. You fix the Lopez satellite, and I'll open a secure channel, and we can sync up and get the lay of the land. And then get all of our satellites operational.
Preciso setup.
Set us up with some secure communication satellites. Makes it hard for riffraff to pick us up. Well, in theory. The other families won't respond to communications on open channels. I figure if I didn't risk the distress call, we're all dead anyway.
Processador.
I have. Twice. I took out the old pickup. Last time I tried, I barely made it out alive. They're using the damn satellites as bait. My ship just isn't up for facing spacers. But yours, a whole different animal. Absolutely. I mean, don't expect much. Look around. Not exactly swimming in resources here. But hey, good luck.
Tem um negócio rapidinho, tá, gente? Nem deu a conquista.
Something you need? De novo, mano. Aqui inexplorado. Não dá, não. Tá a casa do Vlad. Estão todo ocupado.
Anda caindo nos pedaços.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
Qual é a anomalia que tá aqui? Que eu não consigo ver. Agora. Bacia. Tem bateria. Tem que buscar.
Packing up, Dusty. What a mess. I'm fine, Dusty. In this line of work, you make do, even when the worst happens. Don't see what good it will do since they're already gone, but fine. Here. You need any more, feel free to scavenge around.
Yes. Eu já tô com sobrecarga de novo. Secrets. E aí, Strix, beleza? O que eu estou achando do jogo até agora? Cara, é muito bom o jogo. Eu não diria que ele seria o jogo do ano, tá? Acho que tem jogos que foram lançados esse ano que tem uma qualidade melhor que Starfield, mas se você gosta, né, do tema de espaço sideral, né, exploração e também de RPG, né, no estilo da Bethesda, como ela faz, você vai gostar bastante desse jogo. Também tem uma história interessante. Para mim, o grande ponto negativo desse jogo é a questão da inteligência artificial dele, que é um pouco burrinha. Então, se eu fosse recomeçar o jogo do zero, eu botaria numa dificuldade maior, acima do normal. Eu tô jogando no modo normal. Mas é um excelente jogo. Nota 8 pra cima, 8, 9, né? Não é um jogo 10, entendeu? Acho que o jogo do ano, esse ano, eu acho que ainda fica com Baldur's Gate, né? Apesar de não ter jogado Baldur's Gate, mas ter ouvido falar muito bem do jogo. Vamos usar o computador aqui.
Trying to make out the grav jump calculations before we're out of range. Out of range of what? Out of range of the sensor array on Vectera. Would you keep up? Once we're outside the star system, the bandwidth goes from instant speed to effectively never. What good is sending a transmission down there? You gonna tell Lynn how royally screwed we both are? She doesn't even have a ship. You underestimate how many of my admirers there are in the galaxy, Heller. One of them is bound to show up, looking to reunite with this handsome face. We're doomed. Capital D, doomed. Got it, okay. Whoever finds this, I'm attaching the interstellar coordinates to the metadata on the transmission. Rescue us. Repeat. Rescue us.
Agora, eu recomendo, tá, gente? Que todos joguem. Se você tem um Game Pass, né? Agora, adquirir o Starfield, você tem que ser fã da temática e também de RPG da Bethesda. Se você quiser adquirir, né? Como eu gosto de jogos da Bethesda, eu adquiri o upgrade, né? Que aí me permite jogar com alguns dias de antecedência. Nem sei que tipo de jogo é dessa desenvolvedora aí. Ela faz jogos de RPG estilo Fallout. Tem o Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, ela fez. A especialista eu não sou não. Você já ouviu falar desses jogos, né? Fallout e The Elder Scrolls. Detalhador melhor. Pronto, se você curtiu o Fallout, você vai gostar desse jogo. Você pode gostar do RPG desse jogo. Peguei o talhador de Elor. Ele é melhor que esse talhador normal aqui. Então eu vou jogar fora esse. Não vou nem voltar nele. Mas é um jogo assim gigantesco, mano. Eu tô há mais de 12 horas de jogo, 12, que 13 horas de jogo. Nem arranhei o jogo direito.
So, you actually get that computer working again? What? Let me see that. Funny. Even knowing he's alive, I still never want to see him again. Hella, on the other hand. Okay, let me send you the location data embedded in the transmission. Find them, okay?
Ele não vem.
Really? Not really cut out for whatever it is people like you and Barrett do. But it might not be a bad time to think about a career change after all this. If you have room in your crew for an outpost supervisor, maybe we can talk. Well, don't start buying me stuffed animals for my birthday or anything. But yes, all right. I don't like seeing my people hurt. Even Barrett and Hela.
Agora,
Just get after them, okay?
eu acho bonito o ambiente do jogo, os detalhes
Extra help?
das roupas, dos itens também, muito bem feito. As expressões faciais desse jogo que é bem ruinzinha, né? Tem jogos que conseguem fazer melhor.
Seems like you've been keeping busy, Dusty. If, you find yourself in need of a capable traveling companion, we should talk. My contract's up with Argos, and I could use a change of scenery. After this mess? Certainly. It's just a job. Nothing to get sentimental about. Sure. I don't mind taking orders from a former employee. It can't be worse than working for Barrett. If you give me an outpost to run, I'll have it optimized for rapid material production in no
Eu
time.
vou levar a Link, que a Link é
Myself useful in other
das
ways.
primeiras personagens que a gente encontra.
Good hand with explosives, and you'll never hear me complain about carrying a heavy pack. Works for me. I'm not fussy about assignments. I'll go where I'm needed.
Eu nem tenho entreposto.
Right. I'll get to work. Let's catch up later.
Hello.
Só um pouquinho.
Captain.
Yeah, what is it?
E aí, Link?
Good luck finding. Can't believe Barrett snuck a transmission. I suppose that wouldn't kill me. No, I don't. I only ask as many questions as I need to get my job done. I had no idea it was dangerous. I've seen skeletons the size of starships buried in sheetrock, and crystals that release a toxic gas potent enough to kill you through your suit. Once I was part of a job that unearthed an entirely new species of cave-dwelling insects. You never know what you'll find when you break ground. Rocks are good at keeping secrets. No, whatever that thing was, it's the only one I've ever seen. I'm glad it's not my problem anymore. Don't hold grudges, Dusty. I sent you to do the job I was paying you for. Running into strange things underground is an occupational hazard for miners. I never considered anything else. My parents were miners too. I've been learning the trade since I was old enough to dig. The longest I've spent above ground was the 1.5 years I served in the UC military during the Colony War. That was more than enough for me. I prefer to keep my boots full of dust and my pockets full of credits. Less trouble that way. What about it? I did. I know I don't seem like the military type. Like most people, I was less practical when I was young. I was a drill sergeant. You don't seem surprised. I have a firm hand and a knack for getting the best out of people. The UC saw that and put me in charge of training new recruits for combat. I was talked into it. Someone I loved felt called to serve, and he asked me to join him. Only one of us walked away from the war, though. I was only in the military for a year and a half. I spent the rest of the war underground, mining materials for the UC to turn into ships and bullets. I hope you meant that as a compliment. Regardless, I wasn't cut out for a long military career. I lost someone dear to me in the war. Whatever nobility I saw in fighting for the UC died with him. It was my husband, the love of my life. He was killed just a month before the armistice. No, we didn't. I was stationed at a recruiting center on Jemison, and he served on the front lines. He was a crewman aboard one of the UC's largest ships. He used to tease me about how much more exciting his service was than mine. He always hated being stuck in cities for too long. The transport vessel he was aboard was shot down by the Freestar Collective. Hundreds of lives lost. That's the cost of peace. My husband was proud to serve the UC. He served honorably, and I'm proud of him for it. I only wish I'd gotten to say goodbye. Thank you. It was never quite the same after he died. Sure. His name was Manuel. He was a miner, like me. We were stationed at the same outpost for a few years, and we had the same supervisor. He was a better man than most. Honest, kind-hearted, and even-tempered. I've never felt more at peace than I did when I was with him. Losing him was the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Damn colony war. 5 years. Then we were married for most of it. I knew he was right for me after our first conversation. And I'm not the type to waste time. I can still remember the look on his face when I asked him to marry me. Do I seem like the motherly type, Dusty? No. We never had children of our own. Manuel has a daughter named Miranda, but she was already a teenager when we got married. She lives in New Homestead with her family. We aren't very close, but I try to see her every time I pass through the Sol system. Heartbreaking doesn't even begin to describe it. Manuel was absolutely everything to me. Losing him shook me to my core. I've never been the same. Manuel was my greatest joy. When he died, he took most of my happiness with him. I couldn't handle the heartbreak, so I threw myself into work. I barely looked up from a cutter for years after that. I figured if I kept my head down and my workers safe, that eventually I'd get over the loss. But it's like I said, time doesn't heal everything. I believe I was only ever meant to love one person. I still hate waking up without him. I was with the other officers at my base when a report came through about one of our ships being destroyed. I recognized its name from Manuel's messages. It took a few days before the casualty reports started coming through. By the time one of the officers came to console me, I already knew he was gone. Space battles don't tend to leave many survivors. Maybe you're right, Dusty. That's what Manuel would want too. It's easier said than done. But leaving Argos was a good first step. I don't have as much to worry about out here. Gives me more time to think. Make it quick. I hope that satisfied your curiosity.